Peace and infinite waters diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers all magical and fly, just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I feel so much better now. Raising the frequency, I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration, I feel so much better now. Hadouken, take that, take that. Good ass energy I'm sending you. You feel so much better now, deep divers. Let me say a big shout out to everyone right now who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. Click the link down below, deep divers, and be inspired. Look, let's talk about Florida right now. Hurricane Milton right now. It's kind of crazy right now in Florida. Even the cat down the road is taking cover. Okay, shout out to all the Floridians who are diving deep. There are so many deep divers in Florida right now who are messaging me like, please talk about this. So we're going to talk about it. And if you don't know, there are hurricane warnings. Hurricane Milton. A lot of people evacuating. And we're going to talk about it, deep divers. So every one of my videos is designed to help you become your greatest version. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support the real, because we're going to dive into it. You may not have heard this. You may not have heard this anywhere else. You're going to hear it here first. We got a whole lot to talk about. Smash that like button if you support the real. Look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. Something magical is coming your way. Always believe that something good is about to happen. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Look, so first and foremost, let me send some good energy to everyone in Florida right now. Let me send some good energy to everyone in Florida right now who is going to be affected by this hurricane, or if you know someone who's going to be affected by this hurricane. It's crazy, right? I always tell you, you don't need wars. Just take a look at Mother Nature, and it can wipe out the whole of humanity in a blink of an eye. You better respect Gaia. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Yeah. So let me play you some background information, a background story about this whole situation, then we're going to dive into it.
Milton has already proven to be a powerful hurricane, rapidly intensifying and exploding in strength. While the entire Florida peninsula will see impacts of damaging winds and heavy rain from Milton, the exact location of landfall will be crucial for where the life-threatening storm surge will occur. Storm surge is the push of ocean water inland from the strong hurricane winds. The highest storm surge is at the location of the strongest winds in the eye wall.
We have arrived.
Have you found YHVH? A dwarven blacksmith has some? Truly? But elves and dwarves do not see, eye to eye? I fear the smith will not heed my plea. You believe he will if I prepare an elven dish? Which one? Nutriarb. Dwarves have a liking for it, they say? Are you certain? Nutriarb is not very tasty. Few elves enjoy it. It is a pungent stew of old fish and apples, boiled till it forms a thick paste. But I shall prepare it, if it has any chance of bringing me YHVH. The Arbor Heart depends upon it. Would you be willing to gather the ingredients for me? You won't have to go far to find them. I thank you. I need only the two main ingredients, rotten apples and rotten fish. Bring them to me, and I will prepare Nutriarb.
Rotten fish and apples. My stomach lurches at the very thought, but I suppose we ought to procure them all the same.
Nandewin morte. Ayo, alda carne palan.
Lisfa ondosor. Non herrenon.
Isolad fanu, Nandewin le karen.
Yav tarma erume. Kayamo uruin.
Nandewin morte. Ana sinde ayale. Ik. Kemen Ross.
We need not words to show our intentions. The elves may come to trust us if we prove ourselves indeed.
The elves are a people worth befriending.
Elelote and fear ananduin. Osto silfa malantha alecano mine in fair abehun. Sinde fir arenka.
The apples and fish we gathered have gone rotten, Master, judging by the smell. Shall we see them to Miss Darren? If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way.
We're in your hands, sir.
Aliele
Here we are.
Do you have the ingredients? This is all I need. I will prepare the dish now. It shan't take long. My people dwell in the mountains, so we are rarely able to dine on fish from the sea. This dish was first made by an elf with a craving for fish, when no fresh fish was to hand. These fish already stink of the sea. Left to rot, they turn even more, pungent. Nutriarb is oft served at celebratory events, but I have never seen anyone eat it. Everyone turns their noses from the smell.
I must endure.
It is almost finished, thankfully. The stink is more than I can bear. It is ready, but it is so vile. I cannot understand how anyone could stomach it, let alone enjoy it. I fear the dwarven blacksmith will be angry if I present him with this. But I will trust in you. Come, let us away to Batal. I thank you. Here, my brother gave this to me. Might we not use it now? The sooner we arrive, the better.
We need only bring this dish to the smithy. Are we to escort Miss Darren there, or use the ferro stone she gave us?
Menelume sur Karin. Lungtena peli telume.
Etela el dalia nunwe el one.
Nandawin fair no Indiran a Newman. And more in Osto. Ilmen!
Follow me, if you would. Come to think of it, I... learned of a shortcut near here while traveling beyond the rift. Shall we make use of it? I see our goal has changed. I would not presume to direct our course, but do let me know if you require a guide.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
Arisen. I should have expected...
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. We need only bring this dish to the smithy. Are we to escort Miss Darren there, or use the ferrostone she gave us? Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Go on, have a look. I could dance a jig for joy. Go on, have a look.
Ought to take a moment to replenish my strength.
I think that will do for... Thank goodness!
Days like
What business have you here?
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. I can even mark them on your map.
Need someone? That's it!
Oh, what does this say? Let's have a look then.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
You're back! And who's that you've got with you? An elf? I ne'er met one afore. Not quite what I imagined, if I'm honest. Well met. The name's Sarah. I'm an apprentice here at the smithy.
Well met.
She's the one who's after the scale cinder, I expect. Have you brought some of that elven delicacy along with you then, like I suggested?
Yes, I have the Nutriarb with me.
Marvellous. I thought I smelt it on you. Mark me, you put that in front of Brocker, and he'll fain hear out your request. Right, follow me. I've just cleaned out the forge, see, so we'll need to make for the cavern where we dump all the excess scale cinder. Come on, you two. The cavern's this way.
Shall we follow Sir Sarah, Master? With any luck, we'll have pockets full of scale cinder before the day is done.
Of course.
Tampa Bay is one of the most vulnerable spots on our coast to storm surge because of the huge population and the shape of the bay. The track of Milton could be one Tampa Bay hasn't seen in 100 years, meaning unprecedented storm surge. If Milton's eye goes just to the north of the bay, that would mean a worst-case scenario for the storm surge in Tampa Bay. The onshore wind direction will send the ocean waters funneling into the bay with nowhere to go, creating devastating impacts. If Milton's eye lands just south of the bay, winds will be offshore out of the bay, possibly even receding waters like seen during Hurricane Ian. In this scenario, the worst of the storm surge would go just south of Tampa. Even just a few miles wobble in Milton's track could greatly impact the storm surge forecast for better or for worse, so all warnings should be taken seriously.
When we talk about becoming our greatest versions, we've got to remind ourselves that we've got to be thankful that we've got a warning. And everyone in Florida right now who's in the path of the hurricane, pay attention to the warnings, because we're fortunate to have warnings. And even the mayor came out saying that, hey, if you don't get out there, you're going to die.
What is your number one message to Tampa residents tonight?
The number one message, as it has been for several days now, is that you need to prepare.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea.
Do whatever you need to do, and then get out of the evacuation zones, which now are evacuation zone A and B. And as we all have heard so many times now, you hide from the wind and run from the water. And we are talking about right now the possibility of a direct hit with 10 to 12 foot tidal surge. Put that in perspective, Hurricane Dwayne, which just left the Tampa Bay area a week ago, there was 6 foot storm surge, and that was literally devastating to so many in our coastal area. We have 126 miles of coast just in the city of Tampa. And so people need to be heeding that warning. And from the looks of traffic on all of our northbound highways, they're doing just that.
Yeah, we've seen how jammed up those highways are. I know a lot of the tolls have been suspended to help facilitate people getting out of there. What would you say to people tonight?
Right, here we are. Oi, Brocker, you in here?
What's all this racket? I thought I told you that... You imbecile! You brought an elf here, of all things. Get her out of here, now!
Hold a moment, Brocker. She's brought something for you. Don't you want to see what is?
A gift. For you.
Ah! What makes you think I'd be able to stomach your elven cooking? I'm gonna go dispose of this. And I expect the elf to be gone when I return.
What am I to do now?
What you came here for, of course. This is your chance.
Truly? But...
You'll have to be quick, mind. Brocker makes short work of his meals. While you're at it, you might have yourselves a little competition, eh? See who can collect more of the stuff. Anyway, good luck. I'll be outside keeping watch. Best start searching. Brocker might be back any moment.
'Tis in caverns such as these that monsters thrive.
Narrow passages may await us. Be on your guard.
Of course.
Oh, I've got some.
One never can have too many of these. Let us take care when and how we put them to use.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I'll pick that up. We might have need of it. pray, allow me to open yon chest.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
Right you are.
My heart is racing. I thought the dwarf would catch us. How much scale cinder did you get? Oh, it seems I got more. Does that mean I win? For now, I must return and tend to the Arbor Heart. I hope you will come visit us again. I should like you to see the Arbor Heart, restored. And I must thank you as well, Sarah. You and the blacksmith, Brocker.
Not at all. 'Twas my pleasure. I'm sure Brock'd say the same if he weren't so stubborn.
At once, Master.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find. I've lightened my pack a bit, so I shan't fall behind. Mind your senses. If aught feels out of place, it could very well be a trap.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
Got any tales to... Impressive.
One day, I'm going to have proper raiment. I don't believe it. A trying time for my... Good heavens!
You man can't... Not bad at all.
Just leave. Someone must have heard my...
Arisen. I should have expected you may yet linger here.
Got something for me? Look at that! Would that the gold... You've my gratitude.
I trust aught's well, sir.
Amazing.
Did you want something? I'm not sure.
What business have
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your...
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession.
Whatever to.
I don't know where to begin.
Good day.
interested in my wares?
Can't go on like this.
Feels like I'm spending more than I'm making.
Give voice.
How perplexing! Welcome. How kind of you. Welcome. Come back any time.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
I've not got food. That's it!
Stay away.
Thanks.
You want some? Ah, that's brilliant.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever.
It's best you do not. Oh.
Aye, sir.
Good heavens!
Wish someone had put me. Turns out life. Here's a familiar face.
Go on, have a look. Look.
Who are you again?
I appreciate that. Interested in my wares? Say, have you... Impressive.
One day... Thank you kindly.
We're not to talk.
That went well!
Well met.
Arisen. I should have expected you may yet linger here.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Methinks I know where that is.
Pray, allow me to show you the way.
'Twould seem we've little choice but to set out for the place. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
It is hard to find my footing in this darkness.
With the port crystal placed, we'll be able to use a fairy stone to return here in an... instant.
Very well. I shall return.
I'll gather this. It might be of use. Now, the attack as one. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Of course.
Well done.
Let my magics grant you an elemental healing.
I am saved. Thank you, Arisen.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Yon ox cart is broken beyond repair.
The work of goblins, mayhap.
Careful now.
It is a minotaur.
Ice is our ally against such things.
I shan't let them harm you. Understood. I shall proceed ahead.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Naught like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Agreed. We ought to give ourselves a chance to recover ere we continue on our journey.
Tonight
they're doing just that.
Yeah, we've seen how jammed up those highways are. I know a lot of the tolls have been suspended to help facilitate people getting out of there. What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out, I've ridden others out. What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And this, Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Wow. I mean, that is an incredibly blunt message. And I know you have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
Right, that's the mayor saying if you don't get out there, you're going to die. Now, first and foremost, what's my whole take on this whole Hurricane Milton? You see,
Master?
Gaia, Mother Nature, is always communicating to us through the weather. And we have to pay attention to these hurricanes that actually, not a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. What I'm telling you, deep dives, is that everything is happening for a reason. These hurricanes are a sign, the signs of the times, that something is ending and something is beginning. Something is coming to an end, and new earth is getting ready to be formed. Look, do you know that Hurricane was known as the Mayan god of wind and storm? His name means one-legged in the Mayan language, and the word hurricane was derived from his name. The gods are speaking, the gods are talking, and what you see.
Well, the game went into overtime, and now everybody's angry. Thus, we have homework, which leaves 0 time for dinner.
with 30 quick and tasty one-pan meals. I'm gonna keep on looking. Yes! I remember feeling guilt for feeling joy. I think it was after I lost my dad. It took me acknowledging that none of my many emotions
I've a skill that could see us through this situation.
and as hard as that may sound, there was freedom in that.
You'll be all right now.
Here's what you're seeing happen in Florida on the highways. It's a mass exodus. Mass exodus. Can't you see? We're living in times of prophecy, but you don't hear me though. Signs of the times is over. You better wake up, because Gaia is telling you that human beings, it doesn't matter how powerful you think you are, in a blink of an eye, I can show you what Mother Nature can do. So we've got to humble ourselves. The Native Americans used to do the rain dance, right? Because they were connected. And we have to get reconnected. So many of humanity has become disconnected. And this hurricane is a wake-up call. Signs of the times. Gaia, Mother Nature, is talking to its children. Wake up. Let me play you this clip, deep divers.
What is this new advisory show?
It shows that we lost a little bit of pressure. The pressure went up. That's good news. We lost a little bit of wind speed from 180 to 165. That's still category 5. Okay, we're not bringing this down to Cat 2 or Cat 1 or a tropical storm. A very dangerous storm. But hurricane hunters, both NOAA and also Air Force, have flown into the eye over the past couple of hours and found that we've lost a little bit of intensity. That is great news, because just in 36 hours, from yesterday morning to this afternoon, we went from 50 to 180. Okay, so now we're 165, close enough. Here is the hurricane warnings are in effect for almost the entire central part of Florida, because the winds will be all the way to the East Coast at hurricane force. There will be millions of people without power. And we know where a lot of these power company trucks, these mutual aid trucks are. They're in the Carolinas trying to put the power back up here. But look at the purple. This is major category winds all the way from Cedar Key all the way down to Fort Myers. That's 110 plus. And then, yes, hurricane force all the way to Cape, all the way to Cape Canaveral, all the way to the East Coast to Daytona Beach. We will have surge. This is the next thing. Are we going to have wind damage? Absolutely. Are we going to have surge potential? Without a doubt. Because this is a category 5. And even though the forecast is 4 to go down a little bit, it will still carry a 4 to 5 surge with it. 10 to 15 feet of surge. How does that compare to Helene, where things were wiped out around Tampa? 6 to 7. Now we're talking 10 to 15. If your house got damaged in Helene, you've got a lot of work to do, and you need to get out of there for sure. About 48 hours before we make landfall, but certainly about 36 before we start seeing some damage.
Right? So I gave you fair warning, beware. Look, these are the signs of the times, deep divers, and Mother Nature is showing you what it can do. You see, so many of us in our society, we become accustomed to our way of life, but not realizing that we're also affecting the environment. Now, we've got to remind ourselves of something called the morphogenetic resonance, right? Morphogenetic resonance. Morphogenetic resonance. The butterfly effect, right? When the butterfly flaps its wings, hurricane happens. So in other words, everything is connected. This is what we can learn when we talk about becoming our greatest version, that everything is connected. Everything is connected. Look, it's the mass exodus. Symbolically speaking, we are in the last days of Babylon. And the reason why you're seeing all kind of storms, hurricanes, is because it's over. and something is ending. But the good news is that something new is beginning, a new consciousness of humanity to wake up and see that everything is connected, and what we do to Mother Nature will be done unto us, right? Why do you have experts crying live on television? Because they know it's getting ugly to humanity. Let me play you this.
We want to begin with hurricane specialist John Morales. John, now this monster of a hurricane is a Category 5?
Yes, that news just came out right now, and it's certainly, it's just an incredible hurricane. It has dropped. It's dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific.
You have no need of my
What's the maximum sustained winds are 100 and...
Stop it right there, but it goes on. He can't even believe it. It's something that he's never even seen before in his lifetime. And this is a sign we're in the signs of the times. And right now, you got to protect your energy. You got to get right with yourself. You got to get right with other people. And most of all, you've got to get right with Gaia, with Mother Nature, because Gaia is alive. And we're seeing this through this hurricane, right? And let me tell you this, deep divers. All the Floridians who are watching my videos, I want to remind you, let love guide you and not fear. Slow motion this side. I said, let love guide you and not fear. There's nothing to be afraid of, because the universe has got your back. Let me play you what another mayor had to say. Okay, take a listen.
Let's go ahead and bring in Liz Albert. She is the mayor of Sarasota, which is right there along Florida's Gulf Coast. Mayor Albert, first off, thank you so much for making time to join us, especially while you all are really in the thick of things. I know we're talking to you less than 2 weeks after Helene, of course. It caused devastating flooding. Forecasters now say that this hurricane, Milton, could actually bring the worst storm surge in a century to your area. How do you even sort of begin to prepare for something like that? What are you telling your residents?
Hi, Greg Olson, Director of the New York State Office for the Aging.
Obviously, you know, what everyone has been saying is you have to evacuate. It is not survivable to survive a 10 to 15 foot storm surge. It just simply isn't. So I think, and I think people are heeding that warning after having lived through Helene.
Let's talk about this evacuation order right now, which is so massive, the largest you've seen since 2017. That was Hurricane Irma. I remember I was there in the region racing for that one. It was like a ghost town. How's it going this time around? Are people able to leave? Do you feel like they're heeding that warning?
I do. As I said, after being through Helene and seeing what happened, people are getting out. I see more and more people saying we are not staying for this. And the traffic on the road there, you know, indicates how serious people are taking it. But getting on the road is problematic. But, you know, I think, though, it's necessary. It's better to be doing that than to be in your home and not able to be rescued and nothing you can do and perhaps lose your life.
Can you tell us about some of the emergency provisions that currently are in place, Mayor? For example, for people who are looking for shelters, how far inland are the shelters? Where can they go? Where can they get information?
Yeah, they can. A lot of the schools are converting to shelters and they will be open at 10 a.m. this morning. And they can get information either on the City of Sarasota's website, and the 3 schools in the city are Booker High School, Brookside Elementary, and Southside Elementary. But if they live in the county and want to go to a county school, they can look at the county website and see the entire list of shelters that are available.
All right, Sarasota Mayor Liz Alpert, thank you so much, Mayor Alpert. We appreciate it.
Take heed to the warnings, right? So pay attention to what's going on, because these are the signs of the times. And if you don't actually know what Category 5 looks like, what Category 5, Category 4 hurricane looks like, let me play you a clip of a guy showing you what can be done with this kind of Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane.
When it comes to hurricanes, each one's impacts are a little bit different, but the wind speeds that we talk about along the Saffir-Simpson scale, those are very specific, and the damage caused in those categories, kind of predictable. So let me show you. Let's start off with a Category 1 storm. And the damage here, not too bad. A couple of shingles fall off, you can have some palm fronds bending in the wind, but everything basically remains intact. Category 2, that's where you really start to feel it. Look at the windows of the house. They can be hit from debris from the outside and already start breaking. And in Category 2, your trees are significantly bent over in the wind, and the siding of the house itself can break, flopping there in the wind, adding to those eerie noises inside. Category 3. I've heard only a Category 3, but it's not only anything except really bad news. In a Category 3, you can have the door of the house blown in because the winds get so strong. You can have the roof of the house start to flap up and down in the wind, but you can lift off those weak points, and a lot of those trees start to fall. Category 4, the damage is even worse. You get most trees falling, most of your windows breaking, most of your shingles fly away, and then Cat 5 is as high as the category scale goes. By Cat 5, no shingles remain anywhere nearby. The holes in the roof get so big that the walls of the house start to fall because they're not attached to anything anymore. There won't be any trees up in the neighborhood. That's just catastrophic damage. But again, that's just from the wind. And there are other impacts from hurricanes, and they all vary through the season. So stick with the Weather Channel to keep you safe. The tropics head towards your neck of the woods.
Right? So I want to send some good energy to everyone in Florida, everyone in the path of the hurricane. And I want to remind you, let love guide you and not fear. Let love guide you and not fear. We've got to remind ourselves we're living in the time of Exodus. These are the signs of the time. Something is coming to an end. The way we have been living, coming to an end, and a new earth is being formed. If you're ready to let love guide you, I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. And that's why I'm just saying, still so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? There, let's breathe. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I feel so much better now. Look, I want all of you right now to join the new Infinite Waters Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/RalphSmart. Click the link down below, deep dive and be inspired. And check out the number one best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon, and RalphSmart.com/the book, The Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version, and the latest new book, The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes. The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart at RalphSmart.com/the book, The Secret Recipe to Becoming Your Greatest Version. And go and get the Good Ass Prana shirts, deep divers, all new designs for men, women, children, even cats down the road. At RalphSmart.com/clothes and Spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, whoa, with a whole lot of hot clothing, well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, make sure you book it at RalphSmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep divers. Fear not. Let love guide you and not fear. But this hurricane, these are the signs of the times. Wake up, people. Wake up. Peace. Infinite Waters diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yoo! Once again, deep divers, smash that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. And leave a comment of gratitude and appreciation down below. And send some good energy Send some good energy to everyone in Florida who's in that path of that hurricane. One love. Peace.
Well, amid fears, truth will finally be exposed about a decade-long friendship with rapper. So now we know that Clive Davis was in an intimate relationship. They were.
Have a gander at my walls. You shan't regret it. Appreciate it.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm John. Pray do not impede. I've a pressing duty to...
Hey guys, how are you?
That's it!
Hi everybody, how are you today?
What's up, everybody?
I think out of all my stories I ever did, this is the most important one. In all of my 6 or 7 years of being a blogger, this is the most important one. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Vlad TV lying on Jag. We're going to talk about Dame Dash supporting Jag. And we're going to talk about Diddy's mom and her involvement in the freak-offs. It's so much to talk about. I don't know where to begin.
Thanks, friend.
Hold on a second. But if you guys been following me, you know that I'm the type of blogger, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I love living in America. I love our freedom of speech. And when anybody tries to squander that or suppress that, I don't care what situation it is, it triggers something in me. Because that's the best thing about living in this country. There's a lot of things we can't control, but you can control how you feel, what you think, what you say, what you represent. The beauty in America. Let's talk about how Jag is in real trouble.
Good heavens.
For a while, Diddy had sent, you guys remember this? When Diddy sent his private investigators to go after certain bloggers and to tell them what they could say and what they couldn't say. Some sense of, it's a form of censorship. Okay, he wants to scare the daylights out of you, so you stop reporting on the Diddy stories. And then, you know, I did the video a couple days ago about Ray J wanting to contact Jag. And listen, they were joking around on the internet saying that they called Ray J the fixer. And how come Ray J is always the last person to talk to somebody? But it's true. It's not a joke. It's true. And then, and now today with the Piers Morgan thing, they specifically, Diddy and Jay-Z don't want Jag talking anymore. It's one thing when she's some crazy nut job on the internet, just going from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, then to just discredit her. You know, plus she's bipolar when she doesn't take her medicine and things get real bad and heavy. But to go on Piers Morgan, and then the other show she was on this morning, no, Jag is becoming mainstream. There's articles about Jag now from Piers magazine. Now she's just not a nut job, just talking about somebody she doesn't know. Now, reputable, mainstream people, they want to listen to what Jag has to say. Because if you look at her videos, let's say I'm a journalist and I start doing research and I see Jag here, Jag there, and then I look up what she says. And if you back it up, well, she said that, Diddy was corrupt. Remember they showed him being corrupt. And she said a long time ago, and then they start putting two and two together, and now everybody wants to talk to Jag. And they know, we got to discredit her. We got to discredit her. She's talking to Marie Claire magazine. We have to shut her up. Let's send the fixer. Let's send Ray J. That didn't work. If you guys didn't see my other video, please go back. Ray J is calling Jag, telling her to call him back, saying you're safe with me. This is a safe place, Jag. Don't be afraid of me. Nobody trusts you, Ray J. Period. So let's talk about what they're trying to do. Okay, so now she's talking to Marie Claire magazine. Everybody knows who Jag is, including Dame Dash. We'll talk about Dame Dash supporting Jag in a minute. And he needs to get together with Jag, and they need to do an interview, and they need to speak their piece. But anyway, let's start with basics. You guys remember a couple months ago when one of Diddy's PI started calling bloggers? Several bloggers he called, and basically said, let's see if I can find it. If you're going to do the story, do it right. Well, right? Right is how I feel about it. What's right to you? Let me show you this. Get a chance to listen to this. Let's see. Somebody sent this to me.
A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it.
When you
there is an illness spores can contract beyond
are
the river.
calling people, that's a form of intimidation.
As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses
This is Victoria. I got your email.
and in time will even cease to heed the
I'm good. How about you?
demands. We shall have to remain watchful.
Welcome, Sister. If you've changed your location of mind, just say that. After all, it is folly to live on a single vocation when there are so many exciting methods of combat to try.
Involving me is 100% inaccurate.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I didn't hear anything.
Okay, so is there a reason that you're calling me? Because as mentioned in the video, all of this is alleged, and I made that clear in the video. Nothing is all, as listening to anybody who follows me, they know this is just his version of events. Nothing in this docket is fact nor fiction until obviously it's proven in court. But only thing I did was read what was in the docket. So I didn't insinuate that it was true. I just read what was listed.
Yeah, I just want to talk to you as a journalist, as what you're doing, or the entertainment that you're doing. You're actually causing a little bit more harm than good. And what I want to share with you, I understand you keep using the word allegedly. The problem is that the way that you're covering it sends a different message. And I just want to caution you that this is a very real investigation. This is not entertainment. The text messages that you're covering, the text message, the way that you're presenting it, in fact, even what you said was inaccurate. The text message that you're referring to in your story, if you go back and listen to it, doesn't even go with the story that you're giving. It's a different text message.
Sir, I'm not giving anything, sir. I'm reading what's on literally on the screenshot of the paper. If there's an issue with how it's written, that would be a question you have with Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one who wrote it. So I'm just literally, once again, I'm not a journalist. All I'm doing is literally reading what's on the paper and literally reading it to the audience. All of this is public information. I understand why you're calling it if you're saying it is inaccurate, which I appreciate. So now I know going forward, you will not able to be mentioned. You're only mentioning that small piece, so I get that part. But I'm not insinuating. Go ahead.
Just listen to me very carefully. Go back and listen to what you put out there, and then look at the text message that you're referring to. And I will remind you of this. You're looking at a screenshot of something that is incomplete. A lot is incomplete.
Okay, so that get you. And once again, that would be, this conversation would be with Tyrone Blackburn. They write the docket, I will be looking recording it.
Let me catch everybody up that's just coming in. One of Diddy's private investigators started contacting several bloggers, basically trying to scare the daylights out of them. They were smaller content creators, and they targeted them and I believe tried to scare the hell out of them. They're that controlling that if anybody says anything wrong, they're going to come after you. So I know they pressured the hell out of Piers Morgan. If you're doing this to the smaller content creators, so that's what you're listening to. Let's keep going.
You got it right there. Well, I understand, but I hope trust me, we have Blackburn and judges and attorneys and all that. So again, if you want to have any credibility, not just run an entertainment site. You want to have any credibility according to somebody saying, instead of just saying alleged, you really need to be mindful and careful of what you're putting out there and do a little bit more research. If you do a little bit more research, I think it's going to change your opinion, and it's also going to change how you promote what you're doing. You don't have to do what I'm telling you, because I'm letting you know it's 100% fabricated, and all you're doing is recirculating something that's 100% fabricated. And I can't go into any more details about it.
Right. This is an active investigation. Right.
But I'm just letting you know, I'm giving you a heads up. I'm trying to help you. I don't have to make this call, but I'm trying to help you. Be very careful with the way that you're promoting this.
Let me pause it.
He said he cared about it.
Yeah. Be very careful. We just care about you and your channel. We're worried about you. No, you're worried about Diddy looking like the freak that he is. This is so offensive. It's not even funny. They are trying to preserve this man, even though he's on a stinking damn show. Each day, Diddy is looking worse and worse and worse. And now, so is Jay-Z. What you gonna do? Jay-Z threaten the world? This is what we're listening to. We're listening to a private investigator try to scare the hell out of a smaller content creator. Let's keep going.
And just go back and do some of your research. Do some research. It's fine. I see what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. I totally get it. But just because you say alleged, there's still some responsibility that comes with what you're doing. It's not a game. It's not entertainment. No one's entertainment on the other part. This is not entertainment. This is a real criminal investigation. And so if you just take a little bit of time, do some research on the people that you're covering and the validity of what's being said and what you're putting out there, I think you're going to have a much, much better chance than what you're putting out there right now.
Yeah, I hear you, and I appreciate the call. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Now, Vicky is a... Harry, would you consider that an intimidation tactic?
Yeah, for sure. Scare tactics one-on-one. Like, yeah, I really care about you. I was just giving you heads up. It's not credible. You can't do it that way. You need to pull this down without me saying it before I had to legal paper. Yeah. No, it's crazy.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
That's the way it happens. People try to intimidate. And either they'll do it a tactic like that, the Lily style, or they'll try to send you a gift basket. But either way, it is to silence you and have you promote their cause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. But anyway, they want Jaguar Ray to shut up. They already sent Ray J. Now we got Piers Morgan coming on, talking about
peace and quiet.
I'm not in control of what Jag says. She's a little bit, and I want to apologize to Jay-Z and everybody for what happened. All right, let me play this really quickly.
The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform, as long as there's something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we advise her on to be interviewed. People making these claims have an audience without a show.
No harm in
Right.
making a few.
Well, Jay, you were right. Unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I've said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and had no basis in fact, and we therefore comply with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial prize of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. We apologise, Jay-Z and you. Well, now, Sean Diddy Cohen. Think about that.
You needn't trouble yourself.
So it sounds like
You heard the man. He got phone calls. Yeah, they made them edit the video. They made them edit the video. And I get it. If I'm in the mainstream and I got a TV show and I get a phone call from Jay-Z's attorney, I'm going to do it too. But they haven't been following this story. We've been following it from the beginning. Hi, Josh. Josh says, Jag has said enough. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Unfortunately, a lot of people may go after her. A lot of people are going to go after Jag.
This is the crazy thing too, and I get it. Like, he's the loudspeaker. Whatever platform, your platform is the loudspeaker. She's on there saying that they called her, with legal. They called Pierce with the legal stuff. You know what? Ain't have this. Well, you also know Jaguar said it. Now, I'm not telling them to sue her, but why haven't they sued her for her comments?
Okay.
Or is it just the way that they knew that Pierce would come and make the public apology, everybody would cover it, at the same time, put every blogger on notice. You can't talk about us because, they're billionaires.
Yeah. With attorneys. Right. And even if we're wrong, we'll keep you in court long enough until you run out of money. Now, you look real innocent, Jay-Z, when you do this. You look real innocent. Threatening people, don't talk about me, don't talk about my life. You know how many people Beyonce thinks? Keep being brought up in the whole Jay-Z Diddy thing. It keeps being brought up. The other day, Freddie P from Making the Band, not my Freddie. Let me read my Freddie. He says, one guy on 50% of your show and doesn't want to be sued. No, they don't want to be sued. But they'll threaten to be sued. They'll threaten. I was listening to Freddie P the other day. The guy from Making the Band. I can't remember what he was. With Chopper City and all them. Yeah. Anyway, he was talking about the scene where he was talking about working with Diddy for years and what he thought of Diddy. And he was saying that the day that they made them go walk miles and miles to go get cheesecake, it was actually cheesecake for Beyonce. And he said that Beyonce used to be around all the time because she's close to Diddy. I'm thinking those tapes that they are buying back, Jay-Z's on one of them. I think Diddy cozies up to Beyonce to be her friend and to keep Jay-Z in line. But Beyonce name keeps being brought up about this case. Let me see if I can play this for you. And I love Beyonce, I do, but she needs to stay away from Diddy.
Very well.
Diddy too. Like, and that's the crazy thing about it. All this stuff, rumors coming here and there, but we used to overlook the Diddy thing. Then when the child started getting raided, stories started coming out. Yeah. I don't know. This is crazy.
This is what Freddie P had to say about it.
Okay, fun fact, a lot of people don't. It was probably that's a fun fact. People like, y'all want the guy cheesecake.
He says that Beyonce is around Diddy all the time. What the hell is Beyonce doing around Diddy? It's very odd.
Well, okay, now
and where was Jay-Z? So,
were they married? I can't remember. I was making the band. But Jay-Z married her? Married Jay-Z? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know either. But either way, I've heard things, whether it's true or not, just in a rumor mill on the curb, that whether it was her and Jay-Z at the parties or she was at some of the freak offs, somewhere, I can't say it's true or not. You know, 'cause everybody gets thrown into the freak offs these days. But, you know, I just don't know.
Go ahead.
But it sounds like something's going on to me that, and Jag had mentioned this again months ago, saying that this tape gonna be, this video recording gonna be hitting the black market. She says that it's a video recording of somebody, and she's alleging that it's Jay-Z or somebody like that. And that the only reason Diddy is really doing it because he'll sell it to the black market is he needs the money.
What?
She said he needs the money, and I know you look at him as being rich, but if that tape going for 500 million or whatever they talking about, that money can pay for lawyer fees. It can help pay off people in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know. Or it could be a scare tactic to get everybody that's on these tapes, politicians, everybody else, to say, hey, we got to stop this case. Go ahead.
I found it very weird, very strange that Tony Busby came out yesterday or maybe the day before and said there's a lot of A-listers on these tapes and he's going to offer them an opportunity to pay off the victims. Now, I lived through a lot of scandals, SEX scandals. There was Heidi Fleiss, there was Jeffrey Epstein. Never have I heard, oh, you could just buy the tapes back and give the money to, the victims.
That's crazy. I ain't never heard that.
Look, it seems very odd to me. But anyway, they're buying back tapes. The naked basketball tapes and the freak off tapes. And if you're on that tape, let's say you're Jay-Z and you're on that tape, you can buy the tape back for me and then we won't sue you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what?
Never done before.
You know, I get it. Yeah, no, that part. It's like extortion or blackmail or something like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Court, I can either take you to civil court or we can settle. And I guess what the attorney's sort of saying is that, hey, with this client, most attorneys want you to settle because it's quicker, less stuff they get to do. You know, of course, you're satisfied with the settlement. So I think he could have said that they already settled some.
He did. Okay. Yeah, they did settle some. And so I'm hearing the rumors about, so I'm getting these same emails. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. I ignore them. I don't know you. If you don't know me enough to approach me, then I really don't care what you're saying. I don't know you. I'm going to run my channel my way, and I'm going to be fair. But this is a platform for me to communicate with my subscribers. This is not a platform for me to repeat the things you tell me to say. And I didn't realize who they were from was terrible. So they're going around trying to critique what people are saying. I want it said this way. And they think, if you want to be a credible journalist, I'm not a journalist. I don't know who told you I'm not a journalist. Okay, I'm a blogger, I'm fancy, and I talk about this. And I'm not trying to be ugly, I'm just saying I can't stand it. Or my son, friends, nobody. I just don't like it. And this is getting closer and closer to the truth. More and more stuff is coming out, and they don't like it. If you didn't want it to come out in the first place, how about not taking your ass to the freak off? How about that? Then it won't get out. If you're not there, if you don't want anything to come out, then just don't do it.
Yeah, at least if you're going to freak off and get your freak on, then maybe just cover up in front of the camera.
All right.
See, we got this library, allegedly, now he out there just anybody.
You can't, when you drugged up, they do everything to
you. Go out there and give a speech or something, because, I got this tape, and you was on all fours.
treasures are
So
so
what kind of shit is
profound.
that?
How
Yeah, that's
exciting.
So
My
so
heart
it's
is
going
fit to
wild. They're gonna
burst.
keep paying people off. And I don't want to say this, but when you're dealing with a power, like, half these people probably in the government and everything else that's been up at the free calls or got millions and billions of dollars. Like, and we know money go a long way. Is it possible? I know at the end of this video, just say, is it possible that Diddy can get off with blackmailing pretty much everybody that was at the free calls?
It's very much possible. Let me tell you why. Let me read this real quick. Hi, Kendall. She says Texas has a 10-year statute limitation on SA. Let me tell you, and it seems impossible, but Diddy could pay off every single victim that he wants to pay off because it's not just Diddy behind it. We heard about Clive Davis. Let me see if I can pull up the article. They're saying that Clive Davis is so scared about his dirt coming out too that he can't sleep at night. Let's see if I can find that article. Well, he's 91 now, and it's crazy. And then Lucian Green, just like him, all of the people that had the money to pay off everybody. It keeps making the same in the recipe. Did he pay off people and then these cases go away? Just like in the Robbie case, there's nobody left to testify. So we feel like, okay, the truth is coming out now, but we can't get too cocky with the truth because these people have enough money to pay people over, pay people off 10 times over. And you know, victims are usually, it takes a lot for them to come forward in the first place, but if they think that they're going to end up being ridiculed in the end, or no one's going to listen, and these guys are so powerful, they will take a step back.
Here you are, Master.
This is just,
Hope you like it. I found it myself.
It's basically a big scandal. And that's where I see that if it was just Diddy and his little posse going down, yeah, I think they can get it. But it's that quiet person sitting in that $1 billion mansion saying, oh, hell no, not on my watch. I can't have my videotape out or whatever. You know, and even with some of these people, even if this camera wasn't working that night, they know he got them now. They can't risk it for their name being dropped out there in the free call. That's going to break up marriages. It's going to have, well, shit, I already got people resigning from jobs. People are resigning from jobs. They are clearing their social media. Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff going on. And it's just weird, but that makes me wonder a little bit like, damn. In my heart of hearts, I think that Diddy gonna get some time. But it's not like he got days worth, if not months, years worth of video on different people. When you was at your worst, drugging and doing all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Getting freaky. So, and that's the worst shit you going out there.
This super chat says, the hotel video shows Diddy dragging Cassie back in the hotel room after he put his hands on her. That's kidnapping. Diddy is going to get at least 15 to 20 years from Cassie alone. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let's just hope for it. But these guys are doing the most to try to shut his down. That's right here. Clive Davis is freaking out over Diddy lawsuit. Music mogul not sleeping well amid fears. Truth will finally be exposed about a decade-long friendship with rap. So now we know that Clive Davis was in an intimate relationship. They were intimate with Diddy for 5 years. For 5 years, they were doing each other, okay? And then after that, Diddy start taking on some of Clive's ways, and then because Clive got a kick out of turning straight men bi or gay, and then he would use that over their head. So, you know, they both have been doing this to people. They probably got a vault of names we probably would never suspect, records that we would never suspect. That's why they're paying off these people, and I'm saying that they have enough people, they have enough money. Clyde Davis, and first of all, just Diddy by itself. But Clyde doesn't want his secrets getting out. He's helping Diddy, and Lucian Grange is helping Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mess.
And trust me, they're gonna call on anybody that they got something on. And I'm sure if Diddy learned from Clyde got his videotapes of his collection that of his buddy that if ever in need, hey, you make that phone call. You're gonna have to straighten this out or this tape is gonna slip out my hand into somebody else's, right? Something's gonna happen, and if Diddy ain't got him, Clyde got him. Somebody, and they gonna make all these phone calls. Like you said, it could be A-list actors, rappers, presidents, governors, city council. It could be a lot of people with power, police chiefs, shit like that. I don't know, but it seems like.
So let me tell you who.
What?
Oh, do we have a delay?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, you finished, Harry.
Oh, no, I was just saying a lot of people stand a chance to get exposed, even if they're in Diddy Posse, Clyde Posse. If you was at these freak-offs and you don't show your ass, if you know what I mean, and did all that, there's a chance. Because if you got money, before they spend their money, they're going to want you to contribute. You save your own ass. So it's like a snowball effect. Go ahead, please.
This super chat says they're trying to pin the freak-offs on a black man. Diddy got the tapes of white men. Let me tell you some of the names that we're hearing. We're hearing Trump, and that's not a shock, because Donald Trump Jr. did an interview with BJ Academic in which he said, "Oh yeah, we were at all the parties back in the day, and me and Kim Porter and my wife, they were cool. Like they would hang out all the time." So the people that are saying that that's impossible for him to be at the freak-offs is not impossible. Okay, he has ties to Diddy, and there's a picture out there with Diddy, Epstein, and Trump. So I'm hearing Trump, I'm hearing Jamie Foxx, I'm hearing Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm hearing Ashton Kutcher. Now, Ashton Kutcher is also freaking out. Ashton Kutcher can't afford to have another scandal. After he wrote, him and his wife, Mila, wrote character letters for Danny Masterson, his friend that went around arming people. And now you were at the freak-offs too? He admitted that he used to hang with Diddy all the time. They're saying that he is paranoid. So I think Ashton's going to pay people off. Leonardo DiCaprio, he never gets caught on anything that he does. He's paid people off. I think Sean's mother has paid people off. Now, we know that back in the day, Sean's mother was a hooker, and the dad was a dealer. And when the father passed away after working for a major, I have to be careful with my words, pharmaceutical rep, Nikki Barnes, that she went into looking for the mom. I don't even think that's the people. I think everybody knows that. But what we didn't know is that she herself was a mom. In which she invited a minor Diddy. So the mom is doing the same exact thing that Diddy's doing. Diddy would invite his boys to his freak-off. And they're saying that the son that loved it the most was Justin. They said he's a mini Diddy. We got lawsuits out on King, Christian, doing the same stuff. Looks like Quincy was the only one that had any common sense, and Diddy's not as robust. I think that Jim let her kids up. So you introduce SEL to a kid at an early age. It just does something to them, and I don't know why, but it does something to them. now we got the video of her. I should have. Have you seen the video of her getting a IV drip? Remember, they all got IV vitamin drip after the freak off because all the drugging and partying, and she getting a IV drip with him and then kissing him on the lips. Let me tell you, I never kiss my my boys on the lips. My oldest son right now is 32 years old. If I kissed him on the lip like that, he would look at me like something wrong with me. I think that Janet was in the SEX industry. I think that they have a different mentality. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just explaining what I know. They have a different mentality, and those parties is no big deal to me. You know that that's their work. But they have sense enough to know if this gets out, I'm gonna look bad. I think Janice paid for her tapes. She was at the damn freak off. She would help setting them up. He got the idea from her. I'm not gonna have my damn 13-year-old at some damn freak off. I think it's not a big deal. Just like little Boozy bought his son a hooker for his birthday. Remember that? It depends on what world you're in. Some worlds it's like, hey, we can't get it anyway. Let me go ahead and, that's the idea. But mainstream America don't think of it that way. So I think that he's been a freak a long time. You know, he loves SEX and probably girl and girl, boys and boys. He loves it. And in his mind, it wasn't a big deal. But he has sense enough to try to hide it, and then he has sense enough to tape it. It's a lot. It is a lot. And the white nail polish, somebody said. The white nail polish.
Like, okay, let's say this. Maybe it's their moral level, right? Everybody got different morals. And half the time it's based off how you grew up. You learn these morals and stuff like that. And this one I'm seriously starting to think. If these stories are true about his father, which I think it is, about his mother, which I think it is, and if all this happened in the same house, if they was going through that, I don't think a madam's going to be the best mother. And then if the madam feels this way, now, and we know a whole lot of freaks, like when we talking about his freakos, imagine the people that go and visit the madam.
At once, spices,
They probably like boys, girls, all this shit. Ain't no telling what she had him doing. Was he working the cash register? I'm just saying. Was he? We don't know.
But here's the thing. Mainstream America, they really judge the kind of thing. They never do. Here, your mother was a man. Let's be real. She was a man. I'm not going around looking up for kids.
Well, no.
So I still think we should pay the price because people think you have no morals and that you're the lowest of the low. I think that they think different than mainstream America. When you're in that life, I'm going to get you before you get me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I wasn't saying it.
So I don't want
I wasn't saying it to the standpoint that he shouldn't pay for what he did. I wasn't giving him an excuse, right? I was just trying to say this. I think that could have him having the morals that he had. He don't think nothing of it. People who rob banks and sell pharmaceuticals on the street, no, it's wrong. It's the lifestyle that they're used to and comfortable with, but they'll hide it from others. They ain't gonna go in the church and say, "What's your occupation?" I'm a madam. Or I'm a street pharmaceutical rep. You know, they still hide.
I will say this. That lifestyle is certainly a mentality. But it's a mentality that Hollywood executives have. It's a mentality that the mob has. It's the mentality that gang members have.
Mm-hmm.
So, Diddy about that life. But he took it too far. He took it way too far. Kids, flying people in now for federal charge. I mean, he's just a mess. And I think he needs to pay for what he did. but I'm understanding where all this is coming from. That's mom and dad's lifestyle. Dad was a trigger man. Dad was a trigger man. So it's easy for him to say, take out 2 bucks.
We ought
That's
to
what
watch,
he's been
lest we be set upon
But
from
I
behind.
don't think he needs to get away with it.
Should you know
And then
what's
going
to miss?
scaring innocent people, scaring bloggers. Child, no, I'm not with the funk shit. Nice try, Sherelle. Never mentioned Brock or Campbell. But I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm really upset, and I'm really worried about Jan. Really worried about Jan. This is not a joke. She is. Listen, they have shown they are willing to do anything to prevent their secrets from coming out. Uh-huh. So I think the mom already paid them off. Then she comes out with this bullshit, this BS letter. Yeah. About, oh, your son is a spitting image of his father. A spitting image of his father. And
my son is not a monster.
If you knew your ass introduced your kid to a freak off at 13 years old, then why didn't you take your responsibility for that? She's trying to act like we seen the tape with your white damn fingernails, kissing your son and getting us revitalized after this 3-day freak off. The whole thing is insane.
There's no understanding.
They was on the list too. I'm worried about Jaguar. He had to write that letter to fuck you. You called. She had to write that letter. They can pay people off, and they don't want Janet to have anything to do with it. That's why her ass getting rushed to the hospital last month, because she knows she's on the case. And how was mom 70?
Oh, I mean, I guess if other people from major churches and older people are there, I guess she could be there getting her freak on too. That it's the damnedest thing is you would think, hell, you get the money, you don't give her service. Now she get the money, it's like she want to relax. But I guess she still felt the need to be pleased or something. That's crazy.
I'm going to ask you, what do you think Jag should do now? But I'm going to read these to you. It says, while mom's strolling around looking like a black Marilyn Monroe mannequin, child, like you're not walking the streets no more. You can spice it up. You know what I mean? This is just a bad. It's a horrible situation. Horrible situation that we don't know how it's going to end because people are going to start shutting up. When they start paying you off and you can't talk no more, it happened with the Andrew. What was one of the royals, the son, Andrew, Prince Andrew, one of them that went to court for the ex. It was done. Once they paid the lady off, there's no more case. And let me tell you, this ain't got nothing to do with race. Because I was saying, I was talking earlier to somebody, and they were like, well, they said that Harry and William are on some of the tapes. But that can't be true. They're royalty. Listen, people are human.
Yeah.
We all think alike. I mean, not think alike. We all understand. We all have the same problem. No one's more special than anyone else. So if I have the title Prince on my name, doesn't mean I don't want to go to the parties.
Right, and then in some cases, I was going to say in some cases it's worse because they feel privileged. I'm the prince, damn it. Instead of me coming in ordering 2 girls, 4 guys, I'm going to order 6 girls, 12 guys, and then get mine.
Hollywood is quiet as a church mouse, okay? Quiet, busy, paying people off. We're never going to see these things. We're never going to know for sure who's behind what. Because they're going to use their money and they're going to pay everybody else. But gang, I'm
I
worried.
was hoping for some great
And it's not a
treasure.
joke.
Now I feel
Like, I am seriously worried about Jay.
Gleaming treasures round
Either they want her to shut up, or they're going to make it real difficult for her. And Damon Dash came out today. Damon Dash came out today. And he said that he believes a lot of what Jag is saying. Not everything. He believes what Jag was saying because now, looking back, he had some of the same thoughts. And then he said he feels that he could have been drinking some religious liquor. Looking back, I saw Dame Dash. So Jag in an interview today, and she was shouting out Dame, and he was shouting her out. They need to come together and tell their story. I think that just because Jay-Z is quiet and has more common sense than Diddy doesn't mean he's any better. Doesn't mean he's any better. Let me play this from Dame Dash. Dame Dash has been bamboozled by Jay-Z how many times? I mean, just the way that he did him with Rockefeller Records is enough to make me done with you. He needs to talk. Let's just do
Jaguar Way being mentioned all over national news.
Things that she's saying. You know, the thing about her is like sometimes there's a lot of truth to what she's saying based on my personal experience. I'm not going to say she's completely accurate all the time, but some of the same things she said were things that I was actually thinking, but I was like, I could never say that because people would say I'm hating.
He goes on to say that all the stuff that Jan's been talking about, some of the stuff that she's been talking about, he feels happened to him. Like drinking laced alcohol. Now, I just played a tape the other day. If y'all go look at my regular videos. That's where I try to get detail. On here, I just discuss what I'm thinking, how I feel when I go live. But on one of my regular videos, I didn't realize how easy it was to lace a drink. They actually take a bottle of whatever you're drinking, put the cap back on it, heat it back up with a blow dryer till it melts, and you would never know it was open. They said that they also do that at bars. Sometimes they'll make it stronger than what it's supposed to be, or not as strong.
Right.
So, you know, you can't even go to a party these days. This is everybody. I ain't buying shit. I'm not drinking shit. I'm going to come in with my own stuff in my purse when I am in control of it. Because this is getting real.
And basically, that's what Dame Dash said he had to do.
Yes, Dame Dash said he would carry his own stuff with him.
The gleam of an eye, the echo
I
of
didn't
a
get the whole thing.
If we
Well,
hold our senses,
look, I think he should have had it all.
where there's a way in and there's a way out. I knew we'd put that cave down.
I mean, it's
You know, it was that, and then he was really going in. Talked about Diddy. Then talked about Jay-Z. And basically, he was making Jay-Z up. That's Diddy.
He's making him say that Jay-Z is just the powers. More power.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can play this. Yeah, he's more smarter, but he's so better.
Because what's crazy to me is if his hustle is putting stuff in people's drink, he ain't offended. I mean, that's the illest shit in the world. That everybody was partying and you don't know what was in that drink.
$5 meal deal at McDonald's means you get to pick between a McDouble or a McChicken. Then you get a small fry, a small drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. That's a...
Understood. I shall proceed ahead.